So what attracted you to direct this film?
Well, the material was amazing. You know, when you look at the manga, it has such a rich storyline with so many incredible characters and incredible adventure and the possibilities of action. I thought it was incredible, you know, wonderful. And the other thing I knew I had to do was when I got the mangas to read and to do research, my kids started taking all the books, and I had to get them back from them so I could finish. So I knew that once people were introduced to this incredible story, they really wanted more, and especially my kids. And I take that, you know, with a great deal of seriousness because they are the audience, and so I thought, you know, I have to be part of it.
Now, were there any, you have such a wide range of people in this cast, Asians as well as Westerners. Did you find that difficult, or did you find it actually enriching?
I thought it was enriching because we all took our backgrounds and gave it and melded it into the movie. You know, I wanted the Dragon Ball to have this sort of race-blind, multicultural feel to it because I felt the manga had this. You know, you were in a world that was familiar to us, but it wasn't our world. And there were, you know, animals walking around and, you know, people with different heritages. And so I wanted our movie to have that same feel that is sort of similar and we kind of connect to it. It seems like our world, but as the movie goes, we start to journey and it goes to this really incredible place, this special, fantastic place.
Now, there's been a lot of word on the internet and blogs about the hair. The hair is this huge issue in this movie. Did you really spend a lot of time and care about that?
Yes, and actually, if you get a chance to watch the movie, you'll see that Goku's hair goes through a transformation itself. So we did, you know, we realized, actually, I don't know why, but we did realize we were given the note that the hair is very important. And so we took great care, and we actually did a lot of versions of it before we came to this.
It's fantastic hair, by the way, I have to say. I would love to have a head of hair like that. I think everybody would. Now, the original soundtrack, of course, has Ayumi singing. How was that?
Well, you know, when they first told me about the possibility of her working on the, you know, or doing a song for the movie, I was really thrilled because she is such a great artist, and particularly in Japan and Asia. And we talked a little bit, and she asked about, well, what should this song be about? So you know, we had a very small communication about that, and I thought that was, and the song that she came back with, it's just, I think, fantastic, and it fits the movie very well.
So you weren't a fan as a child? I mean, you weren't a reader of Dragon Ball as a child?
No,
okay.
I wasn't, and I was actually introduced to it through my kids, through Dragon Ball Z. So this is sort of a backwards introduction because Dragon Ball Z is so different than Dragon Ball. I only got into Dragon Ball once the studio approached me and I started reading all the mangas.
Do you have any fear or apprehensions about possibly the fans being very harsh on their judgment of this movie?
Well, I do, because it's important to me that the fans, you know, like this movie. I think, though, that, you know, the manga is the manga. That's the source material, and that always exists by itself. And the anime is a connection to the manga, almost a very literal connection to the manga. And I think the movie, I feel, it needs to be something different, something that is just in the time frame. That's just because of the time frame that we have to make a movie. You know, it's a story told in an hour and a half. Cannot possibly, you know, given the richness of the source material, have all the stuff that's in it. So we have to make a movie that, you know, I hope that the fans will recognize the essence of Dragon Ball is, that it has the essence of Dragon Ball. But at the same time, a movie that the wide audience, people who are not familiar with Dragon Ball, can watch and understand and follow as one single story. So to me, yes, I really love to have the fans embrace the movie. I hope that they will come and give it a chance and watch it. And I think there's a lot of the Dragon Ball the movie that is that, you know, connects with them as fans of Dragon Ball. But I also hope that this movie is is successful and wide enough that people who don't know Dragon Ball will look at the movie and say, hey, I want to read the manga and see what it's all about. And so it kind of goes back to the source material.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.